Hi there, welcome back. Apologies, we've been absent for a couple of weeks. This is the follow-on video to the one where we showed you those lovely coasters. You can probably see them up in the top right-hand corner there. This is before we decorated them. But primarily, this video is going to be all about this lovely round wooden tray. We're going to use some of these Amsterdam Pearl Effect paints. Couldn't wait to try these. They've been on my wish list for a while. So they're pearlized with hints of these other colours. For some reason, green is still a favourite colour of mine at the moment, although my all-time favourite colour is still blue. Right, so what to do first? So many things were going through my mind. What I was going to do was going to decorate the whole tray, half the tray, just the inside. I checked all on the outside. I checked underneath. But one thing I did know I needed to do was to just decorate the sides, or decorate, sorry, is to tape up around the edges with the blue painter's tape, which is what you're seeing me do here. Apologies for the camera view and also for the state of my craft area that you can see there. I'm still working in quite a restricted space. Who knows, one day it'll be tidy and then won't be able to find anything, but there we go. So I put tape all around the edges, just up to the top. These were the coasters. If you've not checked out that video, why not have a look in our playlist and you'll be able to see the lovely coasters. So it was my inspiration. Now, I decided let's try and do a paint pour. And this is just acrylic paint mixed with some water and a bit of Mod Podge or a bit of PVA glue. Mixed it all up. These are all the lovely colours. These are paints I had left over from doing the coasters, and I'm just layering it up in this little plastic beaker here. So this is just trying to layer them. Now some of them are sinking down. I will be honest from the get-go, this was a labour of love, this tray. I nearly didn't publish this video. I kept trying to fix it and fix it and fix it. Eventually managed to do it, thank goodness. And you'll see what I mean as we progress. So I've got lots of lovely paint all in layers in this beautiful cup, and silly me thought I'd press record and it didn't record. So the next shot, there you go. I've poured the paint in. This is just a tree ring pour, and obviously I need to fill in those gaps as well. It just did not occur to me that the paint was the wrong consistency, that it was too runny, or maybe that there was too much of it. See, look, it looks so beautiful. It just looks so beautiful. So here we go. I have got an old paintbrush here that I don't use anymore, and I am just going through it, through the paint, just trying to create almost like a paisley sort of effect. They call it a wrecked ring, apparently. So you're wrecking your tree ring pours. Tree ring pour, literally because the amount of rings that the paint appears to provide. Just filling up the spaces now with the little bits of leftover paint that I had, so it just helps maneuver and manipulate the paint across the surface of the tray. I also should just say bits of this video have been sped up because you don't need to sit and watch me doing this for sort of 5-10 minutes. Don't want to bore you. This is already long enough, this video, and you've been waiting long enough for it. Apologies once again. We went away on holiday for a few days, had a lovely holiday away, and then we had IT issues as soon as we got back. And then, if you don't know, in the UK, we've been having a heat wave on and off, and it just seems to, certain things don't seem to work as well as usual, like the internet. So here we go. I thought, oh, this looks great. This is doing exactly what I want it to do, manipulating the paint. And then I thought, hang on a minute, I'm losing some of this. It's all going to be a pinky purpley colour. I was at this point, I thought, oh my gosh, what on earth is happening? I'm losing the greens. I'm losing the whites, the pearlescent colours. Can you see what I mean? It's just, and I thought, what do I do? Do I just carry on, see what I can do afterwards? There must be other things I can do to, because otherwise, I've got a sort of pinky purpley coloured tray. So, also a few lumps there appear to be in that paint as well. But, I stuck with it, persevered, wasn't happy, left it like that. This is about 3 days later. It has dried. It has actually dried quite well. It's got quite a nice bit of shine to it, but it's not what I want. It certainly wasn't what I wanted. And I really just didn't know where to go from here. So I'm sure this has happened to a few people. You start thinking, now what on earth can I do? Do I decoupage? What do I do? And I thought, you know what? I'm going to try another paint effect. Now there is a risk because you've already got quite a bit of paint on the tray, and I'm going to put more paint on it. You risk it not drying very well, or it'll dry and it'll crack. Now, spoiler alert, that happens. But let's talk you through what I did. So I've got this, I love this brush as well. I think this one's from Liquitex, possibly. It's just a nice little wide flat brush, hasn't got a long handle on it. And this is just white acrylic paint that you can get from any stockist. If at all, if we can, we will link where you got the projects from in the description box below. I can't link the tray, although I'm sure you can get them on Amazon or from local supermarkets, homeware stores, things like that. I think it cost, it was just a few pounds. There we go. So just making sure I'm trying to get as much white paint on to cover the pink as possible because I didn't want the pink to show. Now, again, my camera failed me. All I've done is taken the colours of the paint that you saw me using before when I was trying to do the tree ring pour, and I've put it down in like little long elongated splodges, I suppose you'd say, across the surface like that. You can do it in any kind of pattern you like. I did think about putting just some decoupage, nice patterned decoupage paper across the inside of the tray and being done with it. But then I'd have had to have painted it white again anyway before putting that down. I've put some more white paint around the edges, and here we go with the world's smallest leaf blower. We're blowing the paint over the white paint, over the coloured paint, just carefully. I did that all the way around. And now the pièce de résistance, is this going to work or not? We blow out the coloured paint from underneath the white paint, and it makes these sort of wings and sort of, I don't know what kind of shape you'd call it, but like sprays and wings across the surface. Sorry about that with the lighting there. Coping with natural sunlight coming through the window on occasion. Again, I wasn't sure that this was really doing what I wanted it to do. I am very out of practice with doing this kind of thing. But I thought, you know, let's have a go. Anything's better than what I'd got originally. As I say, I might, who knows, in the future I might actually try again with the tree rings, but just make sure the paint is thicker. Perhaps better to do that on like a flat platter instead rather than a tray. There we go. So just once you're happy with your composition, you know, you just stop using the blower. It's very difficult to know when to stop. That's the other thing. And of course, I was quite concerned that the paint, again, it's going to be quite thick. But look at this close up. I love the effects of the cells. You've got cells coming up. You've got almost like a marbling sort of texture to it. But you can see this. I did go in, by the way, with a little paintbrush and do some little swirls and things as well. You've probably spotted those. But this was a lot better than the result than I got with the tree ring pour. So I was happy at this stage. Now, again, I left this about 2 or 3 days for it to fully dry out. And you'll see the dried results shortly, which was upsetting, but I thought might happen. So this is it, 2 or 3 days later, cracked completely. Some of them deeper than others, but you know, still gonna try and rescue it. And I've just picked up that lovely gold. I've got some gold Amsterdam acrylic paint, and I thought I'm just going to use a very fine tipped brush, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to highlight some of those deeper cracks in the paint with some gold. And then once that's dried, we'll put a top coat of that lovely Apex Cure Pro resin. Now, I've still got this on the sides, the blue tape, and all over the bottom. Thank goodness I did do that, because I wanted to protect the bottom and the sides. I wanted those still to be the wooden. But there you go. You can see I've gone over with some of the gold. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and blend in the colours of the paint that I've used with the blowing out of the paint. But I'm going to use a dry. Now, this is a stencil brush, or a little, like a little stumpy, chubby, stipply brush. And you dip it. It's not dry. It's not wet. It's completely dry. You dip it in the paint a little bit, dab it out on the side, and then just go over it, continually going over it. I have sped this bit up because I took some time doing this. And I went in with the gold. I went all up the inside. I went over the top part of that tray, not on the outside of it. Going in with the green now. Can you see where it's trying to blend in the colours that I've used in the main part of the base of the tray to get it to just sort of meld a bit more in. Is that the right word? I don't know if that's the right word or not. But just to try and sort of, well, to elevate the white, to just elevate it a little bit. Here we go with the pink, same thing. This is just a little plastic lid I've got. I did find that these brushes started to molt, which was a bit unusual. Here are a little bit of a close-up showing you what I'm doing. If it's a bit too splodgy, you can just get an ordinary dry paintbrush and just gently brush over the top. And there we go. We've still got a few little errors that need to be, or little blemishes, like that big one there. We've got what looks like a dark pinky purple stripe. So I do need to cover that up. Again, we haven't gone over the resin yet. So we're going to try and sort out some of the other little blemishes, should we just say. I'm going to use some washi tape. Obviously, if you're happy with the result you've got, you don't have to do that. But I'm going to use some of this. This is beautiful floral washi tape. Now, I think this was from Temu. I can't honestly remember, so it won't be linked in the description box. But you know, there's the washi tape shop and other places online. If you just put into your search bar washi tape, and it will come up. Now, I'm cutting down around the pattern of those beautiful flowers so it fits to where I want it to go. Just measuring it up, making sure, trimming up those few little bits off the top. And then completely forgot, of course, that I need to take the backing off of it. Oh dear, I think the heat was getting to me at this point. But yeah, I was happy with that. So then what I did is I actually removed the back. Here we go, gloves back off. I removed the backing off, and then it becomes very, very sticky. Now, this tape, once you've put it down, you can't usually take it off and reposition it. So when it's there, it's there. So just go careful. So here I am positioning it. So it's going to hide that little blemish on the tray. Eventually managed to get it. I couldn't get it off my fingers because, like I said, it is particularly sticky. And then just use the back of my finger there just to smooth it onto the inside of the tray. And I repeated this process with other bits of that washi tape, that design, round the rest of the inside of the tray. It doesn't all completely join up. There are spaces and gaps, and I was absolutely fine with that. So there we go. You can see that one there. And here's a bit more of it. There we go. So you could put as much or as little as you like. There we go. I really think that's quite pretty. This is the first time I've ever used washi tape as well, and I was quite impressed, considering this was helping me rescue something that if I hadn't have done this, yeah, we wouldn't have seen it. So what we've got here now, I decided to use the Apex Cure Pro resin. I've retaped up the outside because what I needed to do was seal the base and the insides of the tray with some resin. So obviously that's sealing the washing tape, and of course it's getting rid of all those little craters and the cracks of where the paint had dried. So Apex Pure Pro, oh, I am in love with this resin. It fixes a lot of things, and it's certainly a help me out here. It's a 1-to-1 mixing ratio. We bought ours direct from Apex themselves, and it's just brilliant. I mean, the customer service is fantastic, first rate. It's reasonably priced. They do lots of other things as well. They do standard resin and lots of other things. Check out their website. There'll be a link for this product take you to their website anyway. So all I've done is mixed it up and poured some into the middle and then just poured it around. Now what I have done is you can't see it here. I didn't show you it, unfortunately, because it was getting a bit tricky. I did go all the way around the inside, and then I did the top of the tray, and then I did the outside. But look at this. One of the 3 finishing shots that we have on today's video. It's a mirror glass like finish. It is so lovely to use. So lovely to use. Cures really well. Don't forget to cover your pieces so that you don't get lots of little bits and hairs. And if you've got dogs like we have, or cats, it's always going to get in somehow or another. So I did babysit this for about an hour or so, kept going back, making sure it was okay, and it was. And it's absolutely beautiful. So just lastly to say thank you. If you are watching this video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, why not subscribe to our channel? We will once a week upload a video, usually on Sunday at 5 p.m. Who knows? In the future, we're hoping to get back to doing 2 videos a week, but obviously that depends on a lot of factors. But if you've joined us in the live chat, hi, hope you've enjoyed this one. Welcome back to everybody, and have a fantastic week. And we will see you again next Sunday. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.